EZEKIEL in augural visions. In my 30th year, in the fourth month on the fifth day, while I was among the exiles by the Kedar River, the heavens were opened and I saw visions of God. On the fifth of the month, it was the fifth year of the exile of King Yoachin. The word of the Lord came to EZEKIEL, the priest, the son of Buzi, by the Kebara river in the land of the Babylonians. There the hand of the Lord was on him. I looked, and I saw a wind storm coming out of the north, an immense cloud with flashing lightning and surrounded by brilliant light. The center of the fire looked like glowing metal, and in the fire was what looked like four living creatures. In appearance, their form was human, but each of them had 4 faces and 4 wings. Their legs were straight, their feet were like those of a cat, and gleamed like forest bronze under their wings. On their 4 sides they had human hands. All 4 of them had a face and wings, and the wings of one touched the wings of another. Each one went straight ahead. They did not turn as they moved. Their faces looked like this. Each of the 4 had the face of a human being, and on the right side each had the face of a lion, and on the left the face of an ox. Each also had the face of an eagle. Such were their faces. They each had 2 wings spreading out onward, each wing touching that of the creature on either side, and each had 2 other wings covering its body. Each one had straight ahead. Wherever the spirit would go, they would go without turning as they went. The appearance of the living creatures was like burning coals of fire or like torches. Fire moved back and forth among the creatures. It was bright, and lightning flashed out of it. The creatures sped back and forth like flashes of lightning. As I looked at the living creatures, I saw here on the ground beside each creature with each 4 faces. This was the appearance and the structures of the wheels. They sparkled like topaz, and all 4 looked alike. Each appeared to be made like a wheel intersecting a wheel. As they moved, they would go in any one of the 4 discretion. The creatures faced the wheels did not change direction as the creature went. Their limbs were high and awesome, and all 4 limbs were full of eyes all around. When the living creature moved, the hills beside them moved, and when the living creatures rose from the ground, the hills also rose. Wherever the spirit would go, they would go, and the hills would rise. Creature was in the hills. When the creatures moved, they also moved. When the creatures stood still, they also stood still. When the creature rose from the ground, the whole hills rose along with them, because the spirit of the living creatures was in the hills. Spread out above the heads of the living creatures was what I looked, something like a vault sparkling like a crystal, and also under the vault their wings were stretched out one towards the others, and each had 2 wings covering each body. When the creatures moved, I heard the sound of their wings like the glow of rushing waters, like the voice of the Almighty, like the tumult of an army. When they stood still, they lowered their wings. Then there came a voice from above the vault of their heads as they stood with lowered wings. Above the vault of their heads was what looked like a throne of lapis lazuli, and Then there came a voice from above the vault of their heads as they stood with the lowered wings. Above the vault of the heads was what looked like a throne of lapis lazuli, and high above on the throne was a figure like that of a man. I saw that from what appeared to be his waist up, he looked like glowing metal as it full of fire, and that from there down he looked like fire. And the brilliant light surrounded him like the appearance of a rainbow in the clouds on a rainy day. So was the radiance around him. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. When I saw it, I fell face down, and I heard the voice of one speaking. Ezekiel's called to be a prophet. He said to me, Son of man, stand up on your feet, and I will speak to you. As he spoke, the Spirit came into me and raised me to my feet, and I heard him speaking to me. He said, Son of man, I am sending you to the Israelites, to all rebellious nations that has rebelled against me. They and their ancestors have been in revolt against me to this very day. The people to whom I am sending you are obstinate and stubborn. Say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says, and whatever they listen or fail to listen, for they are a rebellious people, they will know that a prophet has been among them. And you, son of man, do not be afraid of them, or their words, do not be afraid. Though briars and thorns are all around you, and you live among scorpions, do not be afraid of what they say, or be terrified by them. Though they are rebellious people, you must speak my words to them, whether they listen or fail to listen, for they are rebellious. But you, son of man, listen to what I say to you. Do not rebel like that rebellious people. Open your mouth and eat what I give you. Then I looked, and I saw a hand stretched out to me. It was a scroll which he unrolled before me. On both sides of it were written words of lament and mourning and woe. Chapter 3. And he said to me, Son of man, eat what is before you, eat this scroll, then go and speak to the people of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he gave me the scroll to eat. Then he said to me, Son of man, eat this scroll I am giving you, and fill your stomach with it. So I ate it, and it tasted as sweet as honey in my mouth. He then said to me, Son of man, go now to the people of Israel and speak my words to them. You are not being sent to a people of obscure speech and strange language, but to the people of Israel, not to many peoples of obscure speech and strange language, whose words you cannot understand. Sure, if I had sent you to them, they would have listened to you. But the people of Israel are not willing to listen to you, because they are not willing to listen to me. For all the Israelites are hardened and obstinate, but I will make you as unyielding and hardened as they are. I'll make your forehead like the hardest stones, harder than flint. Do not be afraid of them or terrified by them, though they are a rebellious people. And he said to me, Son of man, listen carefully and take to heart all the words I speak to you. Go now to your people in exile and speak to them. Say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says, whether they listen or fail to listen. Then the Spirit lifted me up, and I heard behind me a loud rumbling sound as the glory of the Lord rose from the place where it was standing. It was the sound of the wings of the living creatures brushing against each other, and the sound of the hills beside them. A loud rumbling sound. The Spirit then lifted me up and took me away, and I went in bitterness and in the anger of my spirit with the strong hand of the Lord on me. I came to the exile who lived at Tel Aviv near the Kebar River, and there where they were living, I sat among them for 7 days, deeply distressed. Ezekiel's tasks as a watchman. At the end of the 7 days, the word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the people of Israel. So hear the word I speak and give them warning from me. When I say to a wicked person, you will surely die, and you do not warn them or speak out to dissuade them from their evil ways in order to save their life, then the wicked person will die for their sin, and I will hold you accountable for their blood. But if you do warn the wicked person and they do not turn from their wickedness or from their evil ways, they will die for their sins. But you will have saved yourself. Again, when a righteous person turns from their righteousness and does evil, and I put a stumbling block before them, they will die. Since you did not warn them, they will die for their sin. The righteous things that person did will not be remembered, and I hold you accountable for their blood. But if you do warn the righteous person not to sin and they do not sin, they will surely live because they took warning and will have saved yourself. The hand of the Lord was on me there, and he said to me, get up and go out to the plain, and there I will speak to you. So I got up and went out to the plain, and the glory of the Lord was standing there, like the glory I had been by the Kebar River, and I fell face down. Then the Spirit came into me and raised me to my feet. He spoke to me and said, go shut yourself inside your house, and you son of man, they will tie you with ropes. You will be bound so that you cannot go out among the people. I'll make your tongue stick to the roof of your mouth, so that you will be silent and unable to rebuke them. For they are rebellious people, but when I speak to you, I'll open your mouth, and you shall say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Whoever will listen, let them listen, and whoever will refuse, let them refuse. For they are rebellious people. Amen.